future doesn't do it. I don't know it, but people tell me it still smells the same when they come back.
You know what? It's got
an old steam boiler heat and bicycle rubber tires and
you know what it is? It is rubber. There's there's a hint of rubber and a bit of that boiler and a bit of the wood.
Yep.
And the age.
Yes.
It's an awesome mix. If it was a wine, it would be a good vintage.
And I don't smell it because we're here every day, but people, when they do, I mean, some of them haven't been here in 30 years, and they go, oh, it still smells the same.
Well, it's like when you walk into a familiar place. We are very olfactory driven, you know, because that sparks our muscle memory.
Yeah.
So the front, this is just more, this almost is indicative of like all the awesome products that you have. These are collectibles, right?
Yeah, this case just kind of turned into a display case of retro things, like a museum, a little bit of a museum. Some of those are my wife's, some of those are just given to us by our customers that you can't get anymore.
Right.
But it's a cool thing to put on display because then we get to hear the stories about them. I had that Fat Albert game when I was a kid, or there's strawberry shortcake. We can get strawberry shortcakes, but not those original ones.
Right.
There's Batavia that came out one year.
What is that? And now, when you guys do festivals in Batavia, are you on a street that's close to proximity where most of the festivals take, like a street fair? Or?
This is, our street. It's this corridor, which is the downtown, which is the business improvement district, and this is Center Street, Main Street, School Street, Jackson Street in a big square.
So this is where it occurs.
This is right in the middle of it.
So your foot traffic here is just going to be awesome in summer and spring. And
yeah, during the activities, like we used to have Summer in the City, and we have the music festival. And then in the wintertime, we have the Christmas in the City parade. Then we do like a wine walk, a beer walk.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and then every Friday night in Jackson Square, there's music during the summer for 10 different weeks Friday nights in a row. So we have that, and just having more people and more businesses downtown, so it just gets people to walk around.
So Jackson Square is awesome.
Yeah, Jackson Square is awesome. It's getting.
So the puzzles here is supposed to be a big seller for you?
Puzzles are a big seller. Paint by numbers are always good around Christmas time. But puzzles, we have a puzzle club where you can buy puzzles, and after you get 10, you get one free.
Puzzles people there's puzzle people.
There's puzzle people.
You know, they really get.
Just like there's model people for the people who do the models.
I'm a model club in junior high, so
yeah.
I'm kind of a model guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's puzzle people, so people are really passionate. People are really passionate about their puzzles.
They are.
Say that 3 times. Yeah. And so this selection doesn't really change seasonally, right? This is just kind of good stock.
No, we don't. Well, we'll have a few Christmas-related ones at Christmas time, but we keep the stock up all the time, and we sell the good quality puzzles, and either you take them apart and put them back in the box, or a lot of people will turn them into pictures.
Yes. Well, so these toys are relatively.
They're new.
They're new, and they're beautiful, and they're amazing. They're just great. They're fun.
Yeah, they're
collectible.
The collectible reproductions, and they actually call them adult collectibles versus a toy.
So these are repros of toys that were out, God only knows how long ago.
Right.
You know what's awesome about it is the boxes.
Well, that was the thing, is they brought back the boxes that they would have been in, or very close to what they were in.
I mean, they're just perfect. I always have this fantasy that someday I'm going to have this room that's going to look like your store.
Yeah, well... Well, the bottom row is mine, sort of, except for the ducks my wife has taken over. And then most of the other ones are, people have given us stuff. She's found like the little bicycle things. Some of those come from one of our dealers. Instead of a Christmas card, they give us a little wooden sled there. And,
that's awesome.
And then my wife with the ducks and the Gumby and Pokies and
the sock monkey.
Yeah, the sock monkey. There's Hot Wheels there somebody gave us those. They're around. You got to find them. They're everywhere.
They're tucked.
They're everywhere.
It's Easter eggs.
Yeah. There's unicorns. There's like one that looked like Frankenstein. There's one that looked like Dracula.
What a really cool idea.
Looked like the Mummy. They had a series out of doctors and dentists and stuff like that. So,
I can see why this would be you could get into this, right?
Yeah. and they come in looking for a different one to put in their collection.
So did the company start this as
Yeah.
kind of a thing that they didn't anticipate? Like,
Yep, little balsa airplanes, little army guys, some little bit of gag gifts and
smaller
stuff like that.
items that
Yes.
kids love.
Yes.
Right? Your grandma gives you $5-10, and you're spending the weekend over at grandma's house, and you come down to Ed Miller's, and you have this beautiful little keepsake and toy that you get to.
And in the years later, it reminds you of grandma's.
It does, right?
Which is what that's the stories we hear.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
So the Paxino Schling, is this a new line from them?
That is.
Because I don't ever remember seeing these anywhere.
Yeah, from the classic games, and they put them in the old retro packaging, all that.
It works,
Yep.
right? Like you just, you gotta, like I'm like fighting the urge to grab these and open them up. Because this is the type of stuff we had when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know? And it's cool that they're doing this because then, in the face of phones, you have a tactile, right?
Yeah.
Personal experience that you can come to a store. It's these are so unique and so creative, all this little stuff.
Yeah, the jacks, the metal jacks with the little red ball and the pickup sticks and the tiddlywinks, and I mean
classic.
The old throwing top. I remember that.
Yes, yeah.
My grandmother had one of those
Yep.
when we were kids at her house.
And you have rockets over here too.
We have rockets, and first thing cut out of the school budget too is something like that, where it's, after school model club, and then that's loses its funding because there's budget cuts.
We've got some awesome plush in here too.
Yeah, we try to get different things.
This guy here is like awesome.
Yeah.
And, well, your selection here. So here's what I love about small businesses. You're the curator of the store. And does your wife help purchase the product?
She does all this stuff.
Oh, she does.
She does all the puzzles, the stuffed animals, the kids games, and that. I do some of it, but she does most of the toy stuff.
It's super tasty, honestly.
Yeah.
Like seriously, and I really commend her on her selection.
She's worked at a daycare for 20 years, so she's got a lot of input from kids.
But I mean, correct?
Yeah, I was working at a bicycle wholesaler, GT Bicycles, which I happen to have the sweatshirt on today. And they kept growing and growing and growing, and then they consultants came in and decided they should move out of the Buffalo area, go to New Jersey, where they'd be closer to the population of the big cities. And so they did that big move, and then about a year later they went out of business. So when they moved, I did not go, and I'm so glad I didn't. So.
Yeah. And how long had you been working there?
Almost 20 years.
Wow, so that was a career job.
Oh, that was a career job.
Wow.
Yes.
So
this was my retirement job.
Right. And that's where we were catching up over there with the history, right?
Right, and that's how I got to know the Miller family, was becoming their salesperson, their truck driver, the customer service rep for them.
Oh, so, okay, so
that's how the connection.
Prior relationship.
Oh yeah.
I see.
Yes.
And then
for a long time.
And now, but it just as life sometimes tends to do, the synchronicity and synergy with this was perfect, right?
Yes. I had lost my job, and probably the year before, or 2 years, finally, when I decided to buy this store, they were ready to retire at the same time and wanted to keep the store going. So they offered it to me, and I took the chance.
Wow. And what year was that?
2002.
Yeah.
Yep.
And your wife at the time, was she?
Home, taking care of the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full support, I'm sure.
Full support, 100% stay at home, take care of the kids' mom.
Awesome. You know what both my sisters are, and it makes all the difference.
It does. Because our kids have turned out very wonderful.
That's awesome. Well, you have to have that. I mean,
my mom was stay home, and she did the foster kids and all that. So there was always, our house was always the collection of all the kids.
Yes, that's what we were.
Because mom was home.
Yes. Wow, did you make these?
I do not. I'm not that good. The guy who does that is amazing.
You know what these look like? You know how good these are? You know how good these are. I know that. That's a rhetorical question.
You could make them look like they were life size if you put them in the right setting.
But they're so well done. They look like they're made out of resin.
Yeah.
They do not look like a model that you bought on a kit.
Right.
The detail on the eyes. This camera's a 4K, and it is picking up some beautiful imagery right now.
Yeah, they look lifelike.
Oh, they're incredible. You know, they look great from in front of the counter, but when you get behind them, you see them up close.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. They're beautiful.
Yeah. Every one of the Riddler's little question marks is a decal.
Wow. That comes with the kit, though, right?
They come with a kit,
But not the, but
they're not out.
but what a beautiful scene. He painted the background.
Usually he'll go in and he'll make a copy out of a book from the library or some kind of reference book that he has, and then enlarge it and then make it fit into that shadow box.
This is so good. It's not even.
Yes, this is turned into the museum part of it. Most of the things on the top shelf are original boxes or at least prints of the boxes.
The Hangman. This was
yeah.
a family classic in my household.
Yeah.
The Checkers, the Parker Brothers classic Checkers.
Yeah.
That box lives in my muscle memory.
Yeah.
From my grandparents' house. And then the chess set as well, the Milton Bradley. Wow, this is crazy. Did you put these up here because these are like the quintessential?
Yeah.
Like everybody had these? Not everybody, but.
You know, Battleship.
And Rock'em Sock'em.
Rock'em
the original
Sock'em
Rock'em
Robots.
Sock'em, not the repro.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Like that if you have it here.
A lot of them end up here because instead of throwing them out, our customers will say, "Here, put this up." Like that Battleship, probably not all the pegs are in there.
Yeah,
So
but
that's just a print of the original box.
do they even sell mousetrap anymore?
You get it once in a while if somebody gets the rights to reproduce it. You can somewhere or some.
Oh, cool. But don't you think this is the original Candyland?
Yeah.
The original Monopoly before there was 700 versions of Monopoly?
Yeah. Yeah. There's even games I've never heard of.
The Giant Magic 8 Ball.
Yeah, that's new though.
That is new. The first one was the regular one.
Yeah.
Careers, I do not remember.
Careers, well, I remember that one. That was to compete with the Game of Life. That's an original one from back in the day.
Wow, badminton too. This Matchbox Country Box. So it's up in my mom's attic.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. I'm 50, and it must have been. What do you think? I mean, that looks like it's pre-70s.
It's somewhere around there.
But
70s.
I have that box.
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
It's crazy. You have all the grace.
This one here, the Snake Mountain, that big one over there, because that's the only place it fits, and She-Ra's castle, all were given to us by customers who saw the He-Man castle in the front window. They were taking them to Goodwill to give them to Goodwill and said,
Wow.
"Nope, you guys should have them. Put it next to
How awesome.
Castle Grayskull."
Now, is this the original?
The one that's in perfect shape that came in that box was my adopted brother's that my dad bought. So I was helping my mom clean out some stuff. In her attic or her closet was the space underneath the stairs going upstairs. So when you open the closet door,
Was that a Ryan Race Ranch? That's what I had.
No,
Same thing. Okay,
no, this
go
is
on.
a really old house.
Okay.
You open her closet door and it kept progressing. When I
Wow.
pulled it out, the gun was still in there. She goes, "Yeah, that was Justin's. I took it
Wow.
away from him like the day after your dad gave it to him because he already was shooting the cats or something."
But, I mean, obviously, we all know the Christmas Story. And
Yes, everybody knows that. And then the other, they're both wooden handles. They're not plastic. And this one just happens to be older. My dad got that one somewhere. I don't think that one was mine.
Wow. That's, yeah.
The horse and then the frame. She had no springs. She had nothing. She goes, "I'm never going to do this. You could have it." So I ordered some springs for it.
Wow.
Put the wooden pegs in there and just put it back together.
How awesome is that?
Same with these tricycles.
And now we're into...
Now we're into the board games and the educational games and the learning games, but it's also a game that gets you to sit around the table with your family. This way you're interacting with them, you're playing face to face, you're seeing their emotions, you're seeing, them playing the same game that you are in the same room at the same time. It brings the family back together.
Yeah, and I'm sure
there's a lot of that.
Thing.
Yeah.
We had Thursdays and Sunday nights. We didn't plan it.
Rubik's Cube.
Is this a promotional, or did you make this?
My son made it. In fact, he's the one who came up with the generational wall.
No, the generational wall is really special. And I've only seen...
We struggled with trying to come up with a name.
It's perfect.
And if you look at some of them, there's guys that said first time here in 1957, return 1987,
Wow.
30 years later. There's actually Walter Davis's granddaughter's name on here.
Yeah, what a great... this is like perfect for the store. It's so just nostalgic driven.
Yeah, and we try to get as many people as we can talk to come and sign in.
And then current as well, and that's the beauty of the store, is that it's all modern.
And toys weren't back here because this is where the shop was.
I see.
And then added on to the building and made that the display for the bikes, and then the service areas on the other side.
And the bikes, as far as, it's like everything else in here, I've seen some incredible new reproductions.
Yep.
And
Those are lightweight electric hunting vehicles. They're made to...
hunting vehicles.
This company designs them to use to go hunting. They're strictly an off-road vehicle. New York State, they would be illegal if you got caught riding on the road.
So you're answering my questions. That's exactly where I was headed with this.
Yes, the motor's too fast and powerful, and having a separate throttle.
So you could cruise in this.
I've been close to 35 miles an hour pedaling. That's why.
And it's got all-terrain tires.
Yep, it's made to get hunters to their spots.
Okay.
And drag a deer out if you had to.
Now this has a motor on it as well.
Yes,
right?
the motor's right there. It has a separate throttle, which is the reason you can independently make this motor activate the motor without having to pedal.
Right.
Now, the electric bicycles that we do have, which are here, these motors are only active when you are pedaling. So they will assist you when you're pedaling versus the full-out throttle on that one, which designates pedal assist that's legal for New York State. Plus, these don't go over 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, but 35 on something like that feels real fast.
It's way too fast. We've had those a couple years now. The two-wheel versions have been selling better than the three. We started with the three-wheel version, but the pedal assisting, now that the big fat tire thing has become a little bit of a craze, and then to put a motor on it just makes it a blast to go riding in the woods.
Oh, sure. And now the big tires a little bit, because this is what we would tear these things apart. We would paint them.
Put the long fork on the front.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So when did they start? So I haven't seen the bananas with this type of spring load and the small tires. Is this new?
No.
Or has this been out?
No, they were out in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Oh, no. But I mean,
these actually from 2012. We bought a few.
So was it a limited run? Or?
Limited run. They did a run before that in 2007 or 2005.
Okay.
It was a very limited production. These are not exact duplicates, but they're pretty cool looking. The Schwinn up here, though, is a 30th anniversary. This was made in 1985, and it sat there the whole time since 1985. Yeah, this is when it came out.
This is the Pee-wee bike.
Yeah, same concept, that time frame.
Big fenders.
Big fenders.
Big tank.
Big tank. Lights. Tail light. This is a reproduction modernized with 7 speeds.
Wow. And that's one. Right?
And that's just one.
Yeah. So this is a 7-speed.
7-speed.
Classic Schwinn.
Right.
That we all
retro model, but a little bit modernized. So
headlight work?
Headlights, yeah. Headlight works, horn works, tail lights. They didn't put on there.
Awesome.
But has a 7-speed internal coaster brake hub. So it still has the pedal brakes, but yet you have the convenience of 7 gears to run around. These all have a story. This is a 1952 Columbia. found in a house in the attic. Did not look like that when it got here.
Was it?
It was a total rest. Yeah, total. But the guy brought it in. He goes, "Hey, give me something for this." And I go, "Poof, no." He goes, "How much to fix it?" Probably $300.
Right, because it needs a complete
It
overhaul.
needs everything. Oh, I'm not going to do that. You can have it. So this is a winter project that turned into. It's a 2-speed automatic transmission. I think I could sell this handlebar for $200 by itself.
I've
To somebody who
never,
has one.
Ever seen a handlebar like that?
Never seen one, and the sticker's still on here that says automatic
Perfect.
transmission.
Listen, that looks so good.
Yeah.
You just, well, we have it on tape here.
Yeah.
I thought these were new, but
Nope.
distressed.
Nope.
So that's how good of a job you did putting these things back together.
Yeah, we did that one. Lady gave us that. Yeah, this was in her attic in buckets.
Let me get a shot of that.
Her son
Oh,
moved.
was it pieces?
Oh yeah, her son moved away. They bought it here. Went for his 14th birthday. He's in the army he was out of town and never coming to get it. And she goes, "I don't want to throw it out. You guys can have it." So they gave it to us, all apart, but it's all there but the tires.
Wow.
The tires were so bad. Well, they look like these tires.
Wow.
This one here, lady gave this one to us
I mean, it's beautiful.
a few years ago. It was her daughter's bike. She bought it here in 1960.
That's why I thought it was distressed. I thought that
No,
was new.
this is the original book
Wow.
that she
It's
bought.
never even opened.
No, it still has the
tag's
date
still
and their name and when they bought
Let me
it.
get a shot.
Well, you don't want to show her name or anything.
Oh, no, no.
but
Oh, that's right.
yeah. But yeah,
Wow.
so it was her daughter's bike. The daughter moved away. Mother said, "Take this bike. I don't want it." All right. Called me up, John. Says, "John, you want this? My daughter doesn't want it. I don't want to just throw it out. Can you take it?" And I said, "Yeah, we'll get it done. And when it's done, I'm going to call you and you can come look at it and see what a good job." It did not look like this when it got here.
So, repairs for you, are you generally on a long wait list? How does the repair process work, like during peak season, summer?
Peak season, there's no appointment needed. You just bring it in. As soon as you bring it in, the faster we get it back out. First come, first serve.
Is it just you and your partner?
Yeah, Michael.
Michael?
He's the shop
And,
manager.
what's
and my wife, Kathy.
Oh, so Kat.
For us, it's all about customer service. So when people bring their bikes in, we try to get them done as quickly as we can and turn them around. And
And
2 days at the most.
Oh, 2 days is awesome.
Yeah,
So, you guys can
Yeah.
fix anything.
we can fix it. We fix more than just bicycles.
You do.
We fix wheelchairs. We fix walkers. We fix
If it's-
electric. If it's got wheels on it, we're
If it's
fixing
a
it.
wheel, we're your deal.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Now this garage is annex, or no?
This was added on in the 70s during the bike boom, and this became the
what
repair
was it
shop.
before the garage?
There was a building here, and it was a dry cleaner.
You're kidding.
Nope.
So
There was a building right here that it's in that one of those pictures right there. It's building was 3 feet away from this building,
and you guys had it.
and Mr. Miller had an opportunity, bought it, leveled that building, and then added on to this building.
That's a super smart.
This
idea.
used to be the service door right here.
Yeah, because you were saying this was just this little area.
Yeah, it was just this.
Prices online or no? Or do you get a call?
We have a website. It online is very hard to do, but yeah, just give a call, stop in, bring your bike, free estimates. We can tell you. Hard to tell you over the phone what's the work, but
And is there any new technology that you guys carry that you'd want to mention, just for the sake of it?
the new technology is just in the bicycles. With the electric bicycles being the biggest thing right now, is having that pedal assist
Secondary.
allows you to go farther in places that you might not normally, especially if you're getting older, if you have knee problems or
I have knee, back.
yeah, well, we all I have a replacement hip and all that.
Oh my
so,
God. Okay.
but it allows people to go farther, go to places that they wouldn't be able to go to on a regular bike. The electric assisted bicycles makes you feel like you're never going uphill.
So this assist technology.
And you can set it at different levels. So obviously you want more of a workout, you set it lower.
Right.
If you need more help, you set it up higher. And this way, you're not in pain for 3-4 days, and you can't get back on your bike right away.
Yeah, because a lot of people, I mean, I do know.
But there's a lot of people that do that, and there's nothing wrong with a good workout. I'd rather go ride my bike than sit in a gym.
Me too. Yeah.
And run on a treadmill or do something like that. I'd rather go ride my bike, but you still got to recover for something that hard of a workout.
Yeah, when you're pushing yourself. And
Right, but if you're going out for a cruise and you just want to see the streets, the bike paths out in nature,
that moment.
And you have your bike, and instead of your normal 5 miles that you could only do, and you can do 20, obviously you're going to see more things.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. And bike rentals and renting them or just outright buying them just makes life more enjoyable to get to go see a lot more things that you wouldn't see
Otherwise.
Right.
Pedal assist, or is pedal assist something that you apply after you purchase the bike?
Either or.
Okay.
I mean, they make conversion kits that will retrofit your bicycle. They're not the most efficient that way because there's obviously multi-applications of it. But if it's already made that way from the factory, you're going to spend a little more, but you're going to get better technology. The batteries are going to last longer. You're going to have a direct drive to it instead of belts.
Retrofitting.
Right. And there's no worries. Plus, you get the warranties with those.
Gotcha. So it's just a better deal.
A better deal to get it all up front ahead of time. But if it's something you want to start with, nothing wrong with it.
Try it out. Right.
We've put them on 3-wheelers. We've put them on 2-wheelers. Haven't done it on a unicycle yet. So
I saw that you had unicycles right there. You have a couple.
we have a few.
Is there any other new technology that's come out that's changed things other than the pedal assist?
Well, the shifting technology on the bicycles in the last 15 years has just made it so much easier for
More
shifting.
intuitive?
Yeah, it's so much easier to use. It goes right into the gear you want. There's no more of that mystery of click, 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 waiting it, jumping around. It's very more precise. There's even electric shifts now where it just jumps right into that spot. But it still needs to be maintained. You still need to adjust it. What good is it if it moves over and it's not in the right spot anyways?
Right.
Then you're constantly getting that noise.
Normal wear and tear, right?
Yeah.
So if I was a moderate bicyclist, and so I just did like weekend type of stuff after work, every year they should be maintained, right?
Oh yeah.
Should be looked over.
Yes.
I mean, you'll ruin. It's like any other part. It might be marginally functioning, and you don't realize it, and by the time it goes bad, now
you've got to replace it.
You need to
where a small adjustment would have had a much longer lifespan on it.
So it's like anything else. Just when it gets this time of year, bring the bike in, have it looked over.
Right. Have it checked out, get it ready for when the weather does get nicer out, and then you don't have to wait for your bike because it'll be all ready to go.
Right. And there's nothing worse.
Nothing worse than
a
nice day and you can't do it because your bike still has a flat when you put it away last September.
Now, what about tire technology? Is that better now?
Yep, better now. There's tubeless. There is.
So tubeless is literally tubeless.
Just like a car now.
So we're totally good on any surface.
No, you're still gonna get a flat.
That's where I was headed with this. How do you get a flat on tubeless?
Same way.
Is it just like it's like the big wheel tire?
Yeah, no, it's not plastic. It's still rubber.
Just kidding. You don't get a flat spot.
No, it's just tubeless technology is a little bit better.
Meaning that the tube is incorporated within the tire.
Yes.
It's not a solid or a foamy type of.
No.
So there's nothing like that on the market. The tubeless is just
there was a synthetic tube that was out there.
What happened to it? It just didn't work.
Well, it didn't perform. And then when they would get warm, on a nice warm hot day, they became very soft. And if you took a turn too fast, it could actually come off the rim.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome.
You could always do this.
What's that?
This is part of our wall of shame. That's how they fix their flat tire.
You're kidding.
Thought it was going to work.
Duct tape. Of course.
Duct tape.
Yeah, it's the magic miracle of science. It's like a 50s one of those newsreel.
Yeah, we have a few.
Miracle of duct tape.
We will be putting together our wall of shame.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that box was awesome.